let's get this roast going, everyone. Hey, Colonel J. Dalton Storm is here. He'll kind of deny it. Oh, okay. He's gonna interrupt me.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay, sir. Colonel J. Dalton Storm is here. Colonel Storm is a racist who refuses to come out of the closet. He's like if Elian Gonzalez and the guy who tried to deport Elian Gonzalez were the same person.
I killed Elian Gonzalez.
Okay.
Assball is here. Zeke's a great guy. He's given so much to this channel. He's bought so many subscriptions for our viewers, and sometimes he buys them as a joke. In fact, he's bought more joke subs than whichever Russian naval officer commissioned the Kursk. So that's for Zeke, but it's also kind of a Dennis Miller joke too. So, and the Kursk was a Russian nuclear sub that sunk in the year 2000.
Always good to explain the joke.
Yeah.
Well, again, that's the Dennis Miller joke. So, our good friend and co-host Rob Whisman is here. Well, kind of. Rob's a great dude. Rob's a great dude, but he doesn't have much of a filter. He spills more thoughts on camera than our Bud Dwyer. Michael Hale is here, everyone. What a lovely fellow. Let's give it up for Mike. Thanks for being here, Mike. We all love and support you so much. Just kidding, bitch. Eat shit. I'm gonna kill you, motherfucker.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, you guys have heard of an unstoppable force meeting an immovable object, right? Hey, that's right. I'm talking about when Jordan Peterson told Felix to clean his room.
Guys, my connection just went out. I have to be back in a bit.
Hey, Chris James is here. Chris is a stand-up comedian, but he doesn't have many dates, which is probably for the best because his last date he had was so bad, the monkey from Raiders of the Lost Ark ate it and died.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
I'm not saying it, Rob. You're right there.
Rob, it's not.
And let's make sure everyone put your phone on airplane mode if you can too.
My phone is always on airplane mode because, excuse me, I'm on an airplane right now.
Are you in the sky right now? Are you on your way to a mission? What's going on up there?
I'm planning on dropping into the stronghold where we believe Bernie Mac is still alive.
Chris, I'm going to read that joke one more time for you. Chris James is here. Chris is a stand-up comedian, but he doesn't have many dates, which is probably for the best because his last date was so bad, the monkey from Raiders of the Lost Ark ate it and died.
I don't get that.
Remember the monkey eats the poison dates?
I
don't think anyone does.
And then Jonathan Rhys Davies is like...
That's too obscure.
He holds up the date and he's like, oh yeah, from one of the biggest movies of all time. He holds up the date and he's like, bad dates. Santa Claus is here. For those of you who don't know him, Santa is a big fat guy who makes twinks do all the hard work for him. Sound familiar, Jesse? And finally, our friend Mitch is here. Mitch is from Australia, which is a small continent. Not to be confused with Mitch, who's just small and incontinent. Pisses himself a lot. And now on to the guest of honor, Mr. Jesse Farrar. It says here that Jesse is a loving father, a caring husband, and a wonderful friend. He's a regular triple threat. Oh, sorry, I read that wrong. He's a triple bypass threat. Jesse is a published author. His book sold like hotcakes. By the way, I checked with McDonald's, and hotcakes are their worst-selling item. Jesse loves talking about Marilyn Manson. It's funny, he actually has a lot in common with him. For instance, they both had their ribs removed, although Jesse had his removed so he could see his own dick.
And they both briefly dated Rose McGowan.
Hey, Jesse is so lazy that when he has diarrhea, he calls it the walks. Jesse has pissed off the alt-right so often, I was really surprised to find out he hasn't been swatted yet. Then I did a little research, and it turned out he actually has been swatted. They've just been walking up his driveway for the past 2 months. They made camp about 3/4 of the way up. Hey, people say Jesse is unhealthy, but the man eats 3 square meals a day. Oh, actually, wait. Does Wendy's still do square patties? Sometimes I get the feeling that Jesse doesn't like me, which is weird because I'm a huge loser who relocated from Vancouver to the U.S. and he loves the Memphis Grizzlies. A good burn on the Memphis Grizzlies there.
And you.
And also me. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, Jesse being a fan of the Tennessee Titans is the worst thing to happen to that franchise since Steve McNair's mistress. Hey, Jesse's taste in movies is horrible. He's on a first-name basis with his local Redbox. Seriously, though, he likes some really bad movies. His Netflix recommendations page is currently on trial at The Hague. Jesse helped me prepare for this roast. The only problem was whenever I asked him, hey, does this joke work? He kept saying no, but I'm actively looking.
Jesse, how's it going, pal?
Good, Rob. Glad to be here. Thanks.
How you feeling, man?
Hey, pretty good.
You have a rough day? You have a busy day, dude?
Yeah, I mean, it's the weekend, so I'm just trying to keep my head a little.
Jesse, here's my question. How are you right now, the guy who works the fewest days out of the year in a room with Santa Claus?
Oh my God.
You love the most shitty, mediocre movies. You are like if a guy walked through the machine from The Fly holding a copy of the sequel to The Fly. You love Michael Bay movies, right?
Yeah, I think he's had a couple of hits. Sure.
Well, hey, if you ever bump into him when you come out here, here should be your conversation starter. You have a lot in common. You love his movies, and you've both been on Fox and Friends.
That's true.
I thought you were gonna hit me with a gut punch there.
That was a throwaway, but it was there.
I was a technical advisor on his Benghazi movie, but I was thrown off the set for brandishing a real firearm. I fired in between the legs of Jim from The Office.
You wrote a book, right?
Yeah, Rob, I did, yeah.
Dude, Stefan bought a copy. He gave me that thing. That thing is a real page turner. I gotta tell you.
Oh, thanks.
It's not good or anything. I just knew a girl in high school named Paige Turner, and she fucking sucked. No, I'm just kidding, man. He let me borrow that book, and dude, I just could not put it down. But also, I was breaking up some pretty sticky weed on top of it, so.
Okay, that's probably why.
Are you chewing on ice right now?
All right, sorry, bitch.
I'm Jay Dalton.
Yes?
Why did you fire that gun between Jim's legs? Was it just like, did you guys have a confrontation first, or was it just sort of to posture up?
I didn't appreciate his treatment of Dwight.
Hey, Jesse's kind of fading away into the ether here. Did someone go back in time and stop two dogs from fucking?
Okay. No, seriously though, Jesse. Read your book, and I would put it up there with Fight Club, honestly. And by
Oh, wow.
And by put it up there, I mean the shelf where I keep books I lie about having read. No, dude. When you got married when you were 21, right?
Yeah, that's right. Going on 10 years now.
You're coming up on 10 years, dude. You should get your wedding vows renewed. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you have any plans? You should, man, because like at the very least, then somebody's got to pay attention to something you've written.
Okay.
Jesse, You creepy looking motherfucker, dude. You look like the reason they invented urinal dividers. Jesse, you look like the guy who abducted Amber. I was supposed to start with everyone else, then get to Jesse. Shit.
Well, just save one for later, and then.
Okay. Let's see. Here's a Stefan joke.
Okay.
Not a Jesse joke. Here we go. Stefan, you gotta go get a new visa soon, huh?
That's right.
You should talk to Jesse. I believe he was in the same situation, except he left his in a card reader at Wendy's.
Okay.
That wasn't really a Stefan joke.
Exactly. Let's move on to Chris. Chris, how you doing, pal? Is he here?
I think he died.
Well, you can still
Sorry.
get. Oh, there he is.
What? Oh yeah, I was away from the computer. Was there a joke about me?
No.
Do we have a confirmed kill?
I don't really. I couldn't. I tried to write a joke about you, what you look like, but I couldn't figure out what you look like. You got the facial hair of a hipster, and you got the eyes of a crackhead. You look like a guy who pawns his TV for drug money and then brags about not owning a TV.
I mean, that's a really funny joke, but yeah, that's genuinely mean. Stefan's was playful. That was a genuinely mean, hurtful joke, Rob.
Thank you. Felix,
Yes?
how you doing, pal?
Not bad. How are you, Rob?
I'm doing fantastic. Hey, dude, I follow you on Instagram. I love you. You post a lot of photos of you working out at the gym. You can lift anything, man. Except the spirits of your fucking listeners. J. Dalton Storm.
Hello.
How you doing, man? Sir. Sorry.
I'm feeling perfect.
I gotta tell you, dude. Looking at this picture of you, how are you the seal with the most fucked up face?
You should ask a mirror.
Dude, I think
But I'm cutting out. I have to go.
Okay. You'll have your
Storm,
turn.
Mr. Storm, I think gay dudes would rather fuck an actual seal.
Okay. All right.
Zeke gives a lot of money to the stream. He's such a kind benefactor of what this dumb shit we do here. Mitch is Australian. Mitch is Australian. Hey, Mitch, is it true?
Hey, what's up?
Is it true that all toilets run backwards down there?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, man, God, that's got to be so annoying having to scroll all the way down to see your latest tweets. Jesus. Jesus. Jesse, back to you.
Oh, okay, good.
I love you. You're my favorite.
Wait, did you have one for Mike?
Got a sticker. My guy's friggin' name is Dog Boner.
Okay, there we go.
Hey, Mike. I was thinking, you're on a podcast called Your Kickstarter Sucks. I was thinking about starting my own podcast called Your Podcast Sucks. And on the first podcast, I'd have you on as a guest.
No.
And we'd record just, we'd have so much fun recording an episode, and it would be so much fun, and it would be great. And it would be like, man, people are gonna love this. And then I would tell you, oh, dude, something fucked up with the audio, and I can't release it. And you'd be like, oh shit. But guess what, Mike? Nothing will be fucked up with the audio. Nothing will be fucked up with the audio. And you'll spend the rest of your life wondering, was Rob lying about the audio, or did he not want people to hear the conversation we had? Sorry.
Yet this guy's calling me gay.
I think Mike probably only heard about half of that, but that's okay.
Yeah.
What do you mean they heard about half of that?
It's okay. You're doing great. Rob, you're doing a great job.
Am I moving away from the mic too much?
No,
Nope,
because Mike was
nope.
like high or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
No, it's okay. You're doing
Not
great,
that
Rob.
Mike.
What's next? You got anybody else to fuck up, or are we
Let's
going
see.
to the
I
next
got
fella?
I got one more for you. Jesse, you eat a lot of Taco Bell, right?
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, Jesse is like the biggest fan of their fourth meal. If he gets it all the time, if there's not like a crazy lunch rush there. And that's the end of the jokes.
Okay, well, why don't we go to Mike then?
Well, I don't think Mike will have as many jokes as you guys
I
have.
will step in at this point. Should I hop on?
Yeah, Zeke, we'll get you up there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see.
come on in.
Zeke, go ahead, dude.
I'm Ezekiel. You might know me as Assballaxiom. I'd say about a quarter of you know me because I'm a pay pig and I bought you subs. Thanks for coming tonight, and be sure to laugh because otherwise there's only about a 90% chance I'll re-up your sub instead of a 95% chance. A special thanks to whoever suggested doing a roast to the Kings. I'm sure that was easy sell for them. I mean, getting all three of them on board for a roast. Rob thought it was a euphemism for getting high. Jesse thought that he could get a couple of pounds of beef out of it, and Stefan all know that it doesn't take much persuasion to get a twink in a roast between two burly dudes. Mr. Farrar, the big man. The big man, such a perfect nickname. It's so good. I don't know if how many of you know this, but when he was a baby, doctors gave him the circumcision because they thought it would be cool to let a kid grow up with a 5 skin. That most of you know that I'm up here tonight because of all the money that I've donated to the Kings. I definitely paid my way up to the dais, no doubt about that. I've given so much money to the Kings that I claimed Jesse as a dependent child on my taxes and got the refund for it. When the IRS saw the name Jesse Farrar, they forwarded it to Fox and Friends, and I ended up getting put on the no-fly list.
Hey, Zeke, I think no fly was a reference to your wardrobe, though, wasn't it?
Usually, actually, Jesse, the pants that I wear, they have extra long flies. They're not no flies.
Okay.
So before all that no fly stuff happened, Jesse was considering
9/11?
to let me have an itemized list of expenses for the tax filing. So I have a long list here that I've excerpted down to just a handful. So we have bulk hate mail disposal fees, which added up to quite a bit. This is a weird one. Bears vs. Babies expansion packs and a pre-order for their new game, which is called You've Got Crabs. And that's a real name. It says here that there's monthly orders of bulk stool softeners and hardeners. That's pretty good. Red sock boxes of Pau Gasol Nautica court matadors. I guess that's some kind of sneaker that Jesse likes. Or dog penis medicine for dogs. Okay. And then dog penis medicine for self.
Well, they have to separate those, but
Why would they put it like that?
Jesse sent me this list. He separated them out in volumes because there's a lot more of the second one and not so much of the first one. A big box of dude wipes, the wipes for dudes.
Wow.
We have a Fantasy X Tensions 3 extra inches, extra girthy, realistic penis extender, which he claimed was a gift from Mike Hale, but it says here that it was customized to accommodate a toenail. Finally, we have a Friends of Billy Graham in Heaven minted memorial coin, which Jesse mistook as a chocolate snack and tried to eat.
it looked good.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for listening to me tonight. I appreciate that. Make sure you get those donations into the ACLU tonight. Lord knows we're going to need them in a year when Jesse becomes a political prisoner for tweeting that Ryan Zinke pooped on his balls and died from the resultant infection. We've got to get him out of prison as soon as possible because he's not going to be able to take it.
Colonel J. Dalton Storm, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear for him.
Thank you. Thank you. So good to be here. So good to be here. I just got in, and boy, are my Nicaraguan pilots tired that I hired from a death squad. Anyway, it's not about me tonight that we're here. We're here for the big man who's in charge. I'm talking about the fella up there on the dais. Yes, that's right. Colonel Oliver North, my close personal friend that this is the roast of.
Well, okay.
Sorry, hold on a second here. Oh, fuck. All right, hang on. Shit. Hang on a second here. All right. I think most of these will still work. Let's try this. How many? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. How many Jesse Farrars does it take to mix your audio? Well, just one, but it really gets screwed. Like a light bulb.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, what happens when you cross a pig with Jesse Farrar? Nothing. It already was. Basically, it was already like that.
Okay, I'm the pig. Okay, all right. Okay, thank you.
What do you call it? When Mike and JF argue on their famous YKS podcast.
I don't know what is it?
Mass debating. Mass debating.
You guys are two fat guys.
Dragged me into it, but yeah.
Looking around the dais here, we got it's not just Jesse up here. We got some crazy fellas up here. It looks like. Hey, I got something for you folks. What's the difference between Santa and a Chris James live stand-up set? Well, one has been seen by reliable witnesses. You got a bug in my throat. Pardon me. It turns out that Stefan Heck, they say that he really should be buried 100 feet deep. That's what the scientists say. Because only deep down is he a really good person. We have Felix. Felix is here tonight from the Chapo Trap House gang. Very big podcast. Hey, what do you call it when the Chapo gang gets together in their apartment in a basement to record a podcast? It's a wine cellar. Hey, I got something for you folks. What's the difference between a dead skunk in the road and Rob Whisman?
Well, what is it?
Vultures will eat the skunk. What's the difference between Jesse Farrar and porn stars? Well, one makes money while not. The porn stars.
Colonel Storm, the punchline cut out there.
I see the NSA has finally joined us. We'll put that down the memory hole, and we'll see what WikiLeaks has to say about that. I'm sorry if anyone got offended, but I have one other thought. Now that Jesse is all nicely dressed up, I think he should wear a condom on his head. Because if you're going to be a dick, you might as well dress like one, too.
Can you repeat the porn star joke?
You are playing with fire.
Well, thank you, Colonel Storm.
Oh,
Thank you.
Hold on. Let me I got to close here.
Okay.
Two final things here. For Stefan, my one advice for your diet would be maybe you should eat some makeup so you'll be pretty on the inside, too. And finally, I just want to say to Jesse Farrar, I love him very much. I love him like a brother. I've not seen any Fox News in the past month, so I assumed that wouldn't change my opinion of him at all. But let me just say, my middle finger gets a boner every time I see you. So thank you all so much. I really do appreciate it. Semper Fi.
Thank you so much, Dalton Storm.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys. I've been studying the sort of overall of the recent stream, and I decided to honor the atmosphere of Go Off Kings by doing some Go Off King style jokes about our subject and the host tonight.
All right.
Keep in mind, this is not me saying this. You can't get mad at me for saying these. I'm just sort of honoring the host culture right now. These are not this is fine. Okay.
Sure.
Don't take this out of context. Okay. Jesse gets in trouble a lot. He's lost his audience more times than Great White.
Jesus Christ.
But let's not leave this to him. We have Stefan over there. Stefan has more trouble finishing a Subway than the Om Shariko cult.
Oh my God.
They were
All right.
framed. They were framed.
I mean, they did.
Okay, Jay, you've had your
both
snack.
ways if you think they're framed, honestly. Rob Whisman, what's up, dude?
What's up,
You've
man?
You've lost a ton of weight, almost as much as floors 1 through 34 of the World Trade Center 9/11. Terrorist attacks on September 11th, 2001. Chris, Columbine, all I could say, let's go. Mike, Anders, Bering Breivik, put these last few ones together yourselves. Mitch, I couldn't remember any Australian terror attacks or mass shootings. It's my bad, dude. And then I sort of gave up on the terror attacks bit, so I went to Jesse is the man of the hour, the freaking happy hour. Just kidding. He actually wasn't that nervous about this roast. Yeah. He figured roasting him is like firing him. It's literally impossible. In conclusion, the 2014 Paris Massacre. Let's go. Let's get a let's go going.
Let's go. Thank you so much, Felix.
Yeah, I'm ready. I mean, I could go, but Santa, I don't want to fucking go in front
Well,
of
Chris,
Santa.
Santa only comes once a year, much like my ex-wife. So I think we should let him have his say.
All right, you know what, man?
I like
There
that.
are some
Might
things.
go.
Some things are too far. Really? You bring Sharon into this?
Yeah.
I forgot you guys shared a wife.
is not in keeping with the Christmas spirit.
All right, Santa. Let's get you up there.
Ho, 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 I was not expecting this.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. Thank you so much for having me here. I'm so pleased to be joining you here, even though it's not Christmas. Yeah, it's pretty crazy to think about the fact that there are so many problems in the world today that involve a family from the Middle East not being allowed somewhere. Sort of a
Santa.
So Jesse is here. Jesse is a very interesting man. We have a lot in common, actually. Yes, both of our wives don't like all the hose we let out.
God.
Oh man.
Sort of a...
Santa pulling back the curtain tonight.
Jesse actually applied for my job as Santa Claus, but failed the part where he had to fit in a chimney.
Well, not a lot of chimneys anymore.
Do I need to ad-lib? I was told I could read a prepared set.
No. You're right on. You're doing good, Santa. Thank you so much.
Okay. Actually, last Christmas, Jesse robbed a liquor store. Did you know that? Yeah, he was desperate for some holiday spirits. Yes. I will say there is one difference between me and Jesse. I always wrap my package before shoving it down the chimney. Jesse actually confided something to me not too long ago, that he remembered lying in bed as a little boy waiting for Santa to come. And then finally I'd put my pants back on and leave.
That was a long time ago, Santa.
I don't know if you know this, but actually many Fox News viewers call Jesse the Holes. Yeah, they want to deck him. I don't know if you know that Jesse's special name for me that he uses because he likes the association. Yeah, it's Crisp Pringles.
God.
Yeah. Anyway, looking at the rest of the dais here, Michael Hale is here. He and my good friend the Snowman have something in common. Yeah, they're totally flaky. Like snowflakes. Yeah. Yes. Chris James is here. You may know Chris James is here. I actually have a list of all the naughty boys and girls on Earth, and I still can't find where he does gigs.
My website was taken over by.
All right.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yes, we have Felix Biederman here, who I believe is not celebrating Christmas this year. This thing on?
Yes, it is.
That was the joke. And Rob Whisman is here. Rob Whisman is from Kentucky. And what's interesting about Kentucky is that every year is a white Christmas in Kentucky. Because they're racist down there. Mitch is here. Mitch is joining us all the way from Australia, a country I'm very familiar with. Yeah, yes. Their toilets go the opposite direction there as well. I don't know if you know that. Yes. Normally, when I fly, much the same occurs when I fly down there. I deliver shit. I go in the opposite. There, I can get to Mitch, who lives there. There's one other thing that Jesse and I have in common. We don't care for bullies, and we don't care for bad little boys and girls. And I love Jesse, and he is on the good boys list this year. Yes, although I must say I was rather insulted when Jesse said that Christmas is so stupid that whoever invented it should be nailed to a cross until they die. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Santa.
Thank you, Santa.
Before I begin,
Hey, clear your throat a little bit.
thank you, I will. Jesse Mandius by Percy Mitch Tudley. I met a poster from an antique site who said 2 sauces, mustard, and some ranch were mixed together on some ponderous night. I tried it once and swear it made me blanch and vomit bile and blood with all my might. Believe its maker, cursed by devil's black, and yet surviving, though I'm sure 'twas laced, is mocked on Twitter, podcasts, and in Slack. And on the website still his words have stood. My name is Jesse, and I like the taste of dinner sauce. It's actually pretty good. And though nothing remains that I can tell of that abysmal mix that he called food, when I recall his tweets, I am in hell. All right. Thank you. Now I got a few jokes to run through here. I only confirmed I'd be joining this stream at the last minute, so I'm pretty unprepared, and I've never done this before, so I'm hoping I don't shit the bed, because that's Jesse's job. I'm also really loving Jesse's use of the green screen tonight as well. My only suggestion is that he sits behind it.
Oh my god.
And I'm really glad to see the outcome of the Jesse decal. It looks to be fixed to the wall pretty tight, and that shouldn't be coming down, which might be the only time that Jesse's humor doesn't fall flat.
Oh boy. Oh.
Yeah. I also don't know why Jesse hasn't acknowledged the decal on his podcast, or even had it on as a guest, because that could be kind of funny. That could be a hoot. I guess maybe he feels a little threatened, not just in the personality, but audibility. The podcast is very quiet, folks. Jesse and Mike, they do a podcast called YKS. I hear some people ask, why is it called that? What's the six-pack? All that shit. It's called YKS because you listen to it, or you try to, and you immediately say, yikes. I'm a fan of it. Jesse and Mike are very funny guys, and some people call Mike out on his laugh, but I enjoy it because it means that someone's laughing at it. Speaking of Mike, we got a little bit about him. You probably know that he has a pig in his house called Pickles, which is very cool. You know where this is going. You know where. That's fine. Even cooler is that when Jesse comes over, Mike has two pigs.
Yeah.
But I'd also say that's a little misleading to say that they're in Mike's house, because only Pickles is clean enough to actually get in. I don't want to blow up my man's spot or anything, but Jesse is a really gross guy. He tends to have a lot of toilet troubles. He's confessed this to a few of us before. I'm going to quote. This is from Jesse. Just shitted my pants while cooking. He is a disgusting, gross guy, especially because he was actually on the toilet at the time. That might not be as bad as what Rob did. Now, I don't know if you heard about this, but Rob got really high recently. Yeah, he got so dopey that he cooked his pants while shitting. We got Stefan here. I don't know who knows about this, but the guy's Canadian, and he picked a really good time to move to America, too. Am I right? Like, really good time to leave beautiful country of Canada, go to America. Really good timing after that last big vote that the country had.
No.
I'm talking about the vote in Canada, which was to kick him out. As for Mike, I don't know, you ever wondered why he is also known as Dog Boner? It's because he stinks. But back to Jesse. I finally figured out why Jesse is also known as the beer idiot. It's because he stinks. I don't want to go on about how Jesse shits a lot. Just Jesse shitting. It's just that he has so many tweets.
Yeah.
I guess there's a part where I'm supposed to sort of be respectful of you, but I don't. So I'm just going to keep insulting you.
Carry on.
I'm not saying that Jesse is frequently afflicted by diarrhea, but when he sits around the house, he really shits around the house. I would like to kill him someday, but all right. If there's one thing to know about Jesse Farrar, as I thought his name was pronounced, it's that the right-wing chuds, the right-wing people, they're always like disgusted by him, calling up and saying, "Oh, hey, libtard, you make me sick," and that's before they even see his tweets. But I do have a message for all the Trump guys, well, and the Trump women. Let's not be sexist. Come on, let's not be like Jesse. I don't know why you need to say it's all Trump guys. I got a message for all the Trump people who, wish Jesse harm, want to kill him. My message is, get in line. Thanks, y'all.
Thank you. Totally.
Oh, hey guys, thanks so much for giving me the floor. It's a real honor to be on the dais with everybody. And yeah, I don't have jokes for everyone, but I have jokes for a few people. So let's I should mention before I start, actually, before I get jokes. I was gonna be Stefan. I was gonna be late for the stream, so I thought I was gonna be a bit late. So I sent Stefan a message saying, "Hey, I might be 30 minutes late. Can you buy me some time?" And he said he doesn't buy anything, and he gave me Ed Zitron's number. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say Stefan looks exactly like a young lesbian girl. I don't want to say that, you know what I mean? But I really don't. I don't want to say he looks exactly like a young lesbian girl. But I was out at the bar with him and his girlfriend in Vancouver, and he started kissing his girlfriend. He started making out with her, and a bunch of college kids took out their phones and started filming it. I wasn't going to do this joke, actually, because I really love Rob, a lot. But then he did a mean joke about me, so I thought I would pull it back out,
Bring it on.
So, okay, Rob, I have a question for you, because someone mentioned before you lost a lot of weight. How much weight did you lose?
55 pounds.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm just curious if your ability to interact with people was in that 55 pounds. So we know Mike has a pig named Pickles. That's so I thought I'd do. Mike, you're going to appreciate this. You love the old time comedy, I know. So I did this one especially for you. This is kind of a takeoff of an old joke because you have your pig Pickles. So here we go. This is an old time joke. So Mike Hale, the guy question here, Mike Hale walks outside to find his pig Pickles hanging out with a sheep. And he says, "What the hell's going on here, Pickles?" And Pickles says, "This is a pig I fuck." And Mike says, "That's not a pig, that's a sheep." And Pickles says, "Quiet, I was talking to the sheep." Jesse, I want to tell a story, if I don't mind. I thought this would be good. Do you remember the first time we met?
Yeah,
in
but
person? Do you remember when we met in person?
Sure, but you tell it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'll tell the story. It's kind of a cool story. So yeah, I remember the first time that I met Jesse Farrar, which of course, because it was Jesse, it was actually the second time. And he walked into the Five Seasons hotel lobby drinking a 3-liter of 8-Up and singing along to a U3 song that was playing. He told me he wanted to go to a bar to watch the San Francisco 50ers game, even though he's from 11C, because he had a crisp $101 bill riding on the thing. At the bar, just 9 an incredible amount of food, and then went to the bathroom and took a series of massive number 3s. Jesse then, as dessert, ordered the French fries, and I can't say exactly how many fries there were, but however many they normally give to a person, they gave him 1 more French fry. I actually told them that anyone who orders that much food is a 7 son of a bitch. Now that one's a tough one. That's 6 son of a bitch, and then 7 son of a bitch. Jesse and I then discussed our favorite actors in movies. His favorite actor was Fivest Whitaker, and his favorite movie was 8 with Brad Pitt. Sometimes I wonder if I take things too far with this Jesse number joke, and then I think to myself, wait, if Jesse went too far, would it be 3 far? Thanks, everybody.
Well done. Thank you, Chris.
I was watching a TV show earlier, and so that's why I didn't have time to do this.
Mike, I'm sorry, just real quick, what were you watching, bud?
I was watching Lost. You ever seen that show? What is in the goddamn hatch?
Yeah, 4, 8, 15, 16, 23, 32. Yeah, I don't know, man.
So I didn't have a lot of time here, and I couldn't reach anybody on social media to help me out.
Okay, I was on the whole time.
To write these jokes here. So I wrote a couple notes here down after my show was over. I'm only 4 episodes in on Lost.
You've only seen 4 episodes of the TV program Lost.
Insanely good. Jesse recently, so let's get on with it, shall we?
Yeah, go ahead.
Jesse recently went house hunting. Yeah, he found one. I asked him why he chose that one in particular, and he said it's because he heard it came with a range. I saw Jesse at the local general store, and he was asking the hornswoggler behind the counter if he had any Nike shoes. had any Nike shoes back there. I said, now come on, JF. You know they don't have those Nike shoes here at the general store in the Old West where we are. And he turns to me and he says, well, as you know, my Spanish Mustang is looking a bit poorly lately. And needs some new shoes. So Jesse worked at a marketing firm for a while. I don't know if that's common knowledge. Is that right?
That's true. That's true, Mike. Yeah.
Got fired after a while. I didn't mean to bring it up. Sore subject. Boy, howdy. Yeah, he weren't qualified, even though he darn well has a lot of experience with branding. Hey, Felix from the Your Chapo Trap House thing is here.
Your Chapo Trap. Yes. Your Chapo.
Felix is here. Felix is so pigeon-livered. Felix is so damn pigeon-livered, folks. Someone said the Indians were on, and he grabbed his sidearm. Rob is here. This feller is such a saphead, it says. I'm tired of this feller is such a saphead, this guy. He thought ranch dressing was the clothes you wore when you were tending to your steer and such. On the ranch. Where's Chris James at?
Hey, right here, Mike. How are you, buddy?
Now, Chris James is so ugly, folks.
Whoa.
Chris James is so ugly, he could back a buzzard off a gut wagon. Mitch is here from Australia. Mitch is as crooked as a dog's hind legs. And he's so ugly, he could make a locomotive take a dirt road. J. Dalton Storm. We all know him. We all love him. I don't know what that guy's deal is. He just has a voice like a mule with a bad cold. And he's so fat you'd have to throw a diamond hitch to keep him in the saddle.
1% body fat, but that's a good joke.
Who do we got here? Assball is as shy of brains as a turtle is feathers. Not a lot going on upstairs. And Stefan, where are you at, you old snake?
I'm right here, Mike.
Yeah, you all know Stefan. He's got a $10 Stetson on a 5-cent head. And Stefan's so ugly, he'd have to sneak up on a crick to get a drink of water. I think that's everybody. Santa, go fuck yourself. Jesse, I'll see you tomorrow when we do the podcast.
Okay, but I'll say that.
Oh my fucking god!
Jesus, Mike.
Jesus.
Well, we have one more person up to the podium tonight, and that's the guest of honor. That's the person we've been roasting all night. The beer idiot himself, Mr. Jesse Farrar.
Wow.
Round of
Must be the
applause
only
for
time
Jesse.
Jesse's been associated with honor.
Okay. All right. You've had your
You
turn.
piece of shit. Fuck you.
Thanks everybody for. Oh my God, coming out tonight, roasting me. It's such an honor. Maybe it's counterintuitive, but I love hearing all of your insults on me. Really makes me smile. It's really honestly hard to follow Mike. It reminds me of the time we went to California and I followed him into a hotel. It's a difficult circumstance there, but we made it work. But there's lots of people here tonight. I want to say thank you to everybody. Zeke is here with us. Ezekiel, so happy you could make it. I honestly think, without Zeke, honestly, the stream would not be possible tonight, which I guess makes Zeke. Sorry. If you'd like to hear the rest of the joke, I'm going to need about 400 bits. So go ahead and send those in, Zeke, and I will get you the rest of the joke. But look, Zeke can afford it, guys. He can afford to hand out tips like that. You know, he works at Super Deluxe. No, maybe you don't know what Super Deluxe is. It's actually not Mike's typical order at Wendy's. I think it's some kind of porno website. But Mike Hale, Mike, so glad you could make time in your schedule to join us this evening. Everybody, of course, from the stream knows Mike is a funny guy. He's a comedian. He's a writer. He's a very funny poster. All those kind of things. But you may not know he's actually a very talented artist as well. I tell people all the time, you know, the one thing Mike can't draw is a bath. But Mike is a great guy. You know, I think he was just born in the wrong time, the wrong era. You know what I mean? He loves old music. Every time I'm over there, we're listening to Dolly Parton, old country music, old movies, classic old horror films, that kind of thing. And he also loves reporting on the movements of black people as they travel on underground railroads. Neil deGrasse Tyson situation. But, you know, we have some real star power here tonight. You know, it's not just us fucking around. We have some real stars here tonight. Felix Biederman, of course, is here. Felix Biederman, everybody. I think you know Felix. Felix, thanks for taking the time out of your busy schedule, being mistaken for Jake Gyllenhaal having an allergic reaction to join us tonight. Felix might be the only one on the dais tonight with a real career, unless you count Stefan's side gig as a baby penis model. And yet, Felix still managed to take a break from his very successful podcast. You check this out on iTunes. Store brand Joe Rogan and his 4 friends who have read one book. So check that out. I think it's all over there. Chris James, everybody. Chris James, I love this guy. Did everybody hear his appearance on Howard Stern? Amazing. I know it was so big for Chris. I loved hearing him on Chris James. It was so amazing. I just hope he enjoys his new breasts. You know, I think it's great that Howard's going to pay for his new tits. I think it's awesome. I'm so excited to see what he looks like. But, you know, nobody riles up radio hosts like Chris James. I mean, nobody does it like he does. He's so talented. He wakes up early in the morning. He calls into these radio shows. He gets them all pissed off. I think this guy has pissed off more conservatives than Lorne Michaels and kidney stones put together. I mean, this guy is so good at pissing off conservatives. It's like, And speaking of conservatives, we've got former Navy SEAL J. Dalton Storm in the house tonight. J. Dalton Storm, everybody. Thank you so much, J. Dalton Storm, for appearing tonight. You know, sir, I thank you for your service, but I know glory holes are supposed to be anonymous, so I'm going to leave that one under the table for tonight. But you know who else?
Leave it under the table.
Right. Of course. You know who else is anonymous? Nice, Santa Claus. Speaking of, Santa Claus is here tonight. Thank you, Santa.
Oh, thank you, Jesse.
Right. So glad to see you here tonight. Honestly, who the hell is this guy? I mean, let's be honest. Who is Santa Claus? He's fat. He's got rosy cheeks. Okay. He produces a bunch of cheap shit. Hey, he could be president of the United States if he just paid a little bit more attention to Mexico. I mean, come on, guys.
I don't pay taxes either.
Right. Right. And that's something you're going to have to square up at the end of the year. But thank you so much to Stefan Heck, everybody. Stefan is the guy who put this thing all together for us. Can't thank Stefan enough for putting this together. He's the real brains behind this operation. You know, but at the same time, thanks to Zeke and Olga for saying they'd buy his lunch just so he'd show up tonight. So I really appreciate Zeke and Olga paying for this guy to stuff his face. I mean, without that, he wouldn't be here. So thank you so much, Zeke and Olga. But honest to God, Stefan is a great friend. Yeah, of course, he has his quirks. He's just like anybody else. But if you think about it, you know, stringing paint cans up in the stairwell and and rigging blowtorches to door frames it's actually a sign of home improvement, you know. But how about Rob Whisman, everybody? Rob Whisman, the other go-off king. You've got Jesse, you've got Stefan, and of course Rob is there as well. What is there to say about Rob that hasn't already been said, then repeated slowly, then explained in excruciating detail, and eventually abandoned? I mean, honest to God, when it comes to Rob, you know, I'm not saying Rob is slow, okay? But he did just text me and ask what game we were going to play last Wednesday. Rob has a lot to be proud of. You know how much weight this guy has lost? I mean, honest to God, have you seen this guy? He looks great. I think if he just loses that last 130 pounds, I think he'll really be going places, you know? But really, I feel glad to have these guys as partners. You know, I mean, two white stoners who moved to Los Angeles to work at a website that immediately went under, okay? And they both like video games. Like, what are the freaking odds? You know, it's fucking insane. We have our disagreements. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. These guys piss me off, sure, but it's always better to be pissed off than pissed on. I mean, just ask their cat. Okay, come on. I'll just go to the cat, ask her what's going on. All right, guys. Well, thanks for roasting me tonight. I appreciate it. Felix has been here tonight. Zeke Assballaxiom has been here tonight. Dog Boner, Mike Hale has been here tonight. Chris James, he has no dates tonight. But thank you so much for being here, Chris James. Steph and Rob, thank you so much for putting this together.
Yes, I wasn't here, was I, Jesse? Okay, that's cool.
No, I don't think so. I think in about 12 hours you'll be here, Mitch. I think I came out of this unscathed, right? Is that right? I'm still normal? I'm still okay?
You're totally
I don't know
unscathed.
about that, Jesse. I don't know. All these subs you're getting with your weight, it seems like dangerous. You're fat.
Okay, I'm a fat guy as well, right? Yeah, absolutely. Right,
Hey, I'm gonna kill you, and this isn't a joke.
right, and that as well. So, thanks to Felix, thanks to
Just
Mitch,
judge
thanks
you
to
like a
Stefan,
fish.
thanks to Rob, thanks to Mike, thanks to Chris James, thanks to Assballaxiom, Zeke Assballaxiom. Now, what is the next roast coming up in the roast series, guys?
None.
You
None of
want
them.
me or what do you
Huh?
want to go? Who's getting roasted next?
Okay, Rob has just joined
Do
us.
me.
Rob, welcome to the stream. Rob Whisman, everybody.
Rob, you're up, buddy. You're
I'll
up.
go
You're-
next.
time to roast.
I'll go next. Let's do the last Saturday of the next 3 months.
All right, so
Okay.
Rob is up next, folks, on the roast
Only two
schedule.
more guys in the stream, but that's fine.
Well, we can start roasting
No,
guests
we can
as well. And
we can do Chris and then
Yeah, okay, let's do it. All right, guys.
yeah, this was a lot of fun.
this was great. Thank you. Go ahead.
Anyone else want to just like pop Jesse's head with a sniper rifle?
Okay, let's go ahead and cut Mitch off. Let's cut Mitch off right now, and we'll be done for the night.
Mitch, talk to me after.
Okay.
Well, that's as good a place as any to end it. Thank you guys so much. Thank you to the chat, and we will see you guys soon.